TitleMatchNetwork.com.
We were in Charlotte when Ric Flair's plane went down. What do you remember during that time?
When his plane went down, I was in New York, and they called me. The Crockett Promotions called Vince and said, "We need someone to come in real quick here and replace Ric Flair on these shots." And so they asked me to come in and take Ric Flair shots. And when I got there, I walked in Ric Flair's house, and he's in there with all the apparatus, from the hospital, all the traction equipment, all the special equipment. Went in, looked at him laying on his back. He started laughing. He said, "I'll be back. I'll be." Yeah, I know. I'm going to take some of your shots, and sure enough, he came back stronger than ever off an airplane wreck. So it was cool. It was a lot of fun.
What are your memories of a young Ric Flair?
Oh, Ric Flair. Ric Flair gave me my first set of weights when I went to Minneapolis. We bonded just like that, and there was so much traveling that I just tried to work out in my apartment as opposed to taking the time to go find a gym and work out. So in the beginning, anyway, and so Ric Flair started traveling with me and Ivan Koloff, and many times I would travel like to Fargo, North Dakota, from Minneapolis or different places. Then when I started making money, I think it was layover, and I let Ric Flair drive my car back to Minneapolis and pick me up the next morning at the airport. And so, and he loved it. He loved it. Him and Koloff would go back, and I would stay over. And so Ric Flair got his first bleach blonde hair application by my former wife in Minneapolis before he left to go to Charlotte. He came by my house and said, "Billy, who bleaches your hair?" I said, "This lady right over here, my ex-wife." Now, he said, "Could I get a bleach job?" I said, "Yeah, man." So he was on the phone, come over, brought a big bottle of wine, came over. My ex-wife did all the bleach, man. It sat there, washed it off, and there was that blonde hair. Ric Flair's first bleach job from Superstars. Ex-wife, never looked back.
What are your memories of your matches you had with Ric Flair?
Sadly, the memories I have of matches with Ric Flair, that they were horrible, because it was that Carolina period, and I was doing the karate gimmick there before eventually I turned my gimmick around. And then when I turned my gimmick around and back to the tie-dye stuff, the shaved head and all that, and went back to New York for my last run, I'd already had my match with Ric Flair with the karate gimmick. And I was drugged out there also. And I told Rick, I said, Rick, and he was so excited to work with me. I said, "Rick, man, I'm just a shell of myself. I don't have my heart in this, And we had 3 or 4 matches. Of course, he's the master wrestler. The guy is incredible, doing all this stuff. And he just basically wrestled around me, to make it look halfway decent. So that was very sad, actually,
What are your memories of the Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat feud from this time period?
I really wasn't paying attention yet.
Is there anything you want to say to the fans who are watching this?
Oh yeah, just thank the fans for all of their support, and I think there's a lot of guys like Ric Flair who's given everything he has to entertain the fans, and sadly, I never have. I of course gave a lot in the Garden, but it was not even really intentional. But I'm not like a Ric Flair. I just enjoy entertaining the fans.
TitleMatchNetwork.com.